And then just promoting on Instagram.
And then Instagram. We'll be promoting on Instagram. So you know, I like to cater to everybody and make sure that everybody can see what I be doing. So now what we be doing, because I have my co-host right here. Right. This is so good.
Right.
And we have another co-host who will be joining us hopefully next week.
Right.
So this is just our introduction. We've been telling you guys about this show. I know I've been sharing like crazy. JeLesa has been sharing like crazy. I know my sister.
I know that people text messages and everything.
Right. My sister said to me the other day, she said, you know, I happened to look back and scroll down my timeline just to see what I've been doing all year long. And all I saw was your post. I said,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Well, that's because I want to make sure you're aware of what I'm doing all year long. Yeah. So I see that JeLesa, as soon as I talked to her about doing this show and you know, brought this surviving parenthood topic up, JeLesa has been sharing like crazy and tagging me and stuff. And it's a blessing to be able to have somebody on my team now who understands, you know, my ideas, my goals, and sees my vision. Right?
You gotta bring it to light.
You gotta bring it to light, and promoting and just including everybody. I mean, it's promoting, but I call it including everybody. I'm including y'all in what I'm doing. So having said that, you know, it's just a blessing to be able to have you on my team. So thank you first and foremost.
Thank you for even thinking about me. You know, it's a blessing to be able to share our journey and what we're going through and everything with some other people, everybody else. So that's always a good thing.
Right.
So
I know you guys know that being a parent is not easy. And so I was thinking, you know, all the things that I have going on in my life right now. Anytime you go through test, trials, and tribulations, and you have hardships that you go through in life, you know, you find purpose in it. Well, at least I do. I find purpose in it, and I try to find understanding in it, and just try to figure out, like, why is this happening? And one of the things that I've struggled with my entire parenting life is the struggles of trying to parent through hardship.
Yes.
And understanding, like, because, you know, I'm a parent, God. What are you doing? Like, why am I struggling? I'm not saying anybody is a bad parent, but I'm not a bad parent. You know what I mean? I take care of my children. I make sure that they have the things that they need. I get them food, clothes. I grind. I work hard. I help other people with their kids. So when I go through hardships, I'm just like, wait a second.
Why me?
Yeah. I'm glad also it's not just me.
No, it's not just, but I think it's more so he's putting us through so that we can teach our children how to go through and get through, strength and faith. Right. So he's just giving us an extra hard time.
Right. People always telling me, well, you are one of his strongest soldiers, so that's why he's giving it to you. Because I'd be like, hold on, that's a lot of mothers out here.
And say God gives us hardest battles to a strongest shoulder. So
right. So I just had to find understanding in that. And recently, I was having one of my moments where I just like break down and had that whole little cry, like, oh my God, I don't have no bad. My kids driving me crazy. I was having one of those moments, y'all, and I ain't ashamed because it was really a real moment. And so I was thinking to myself, like, as I'm having my breakdown, I hear in the background, mommy, like, Mom, can I have this? Mom, what we about to do? Mom, I need to go to this place. Mom, you know my birthday in 30 days. Mom, you know, and I was in my room crying like, let me move aside.
Because they don't understand that we need that break. And I think just like when we were kids, we didn't understand those times when our parents had the doors closed and locked, and they were probably
you're right, because I was Jimmy in that lock. You're right. I was Jimmy in the lock. Like, she not answering me.
Why she's not answering? What's going on? I know she got sleep.
Right. Wake up. So as I was having that moment, you know, I got up out the bed. I said, let me dry my tears and let me go ahead and parent. And I swear it just hit in my mind like ding, 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 ding. Like, I'm trying to survive all the things that I'm going through, trying to figure out how to pay the bills, trying to figure out why I ain't got no man, trying to figure out, you know, how to keep this house clean, how to keep running these businesses by myself. And I was like, dang, I'm surviving parenthood. I'm trying to figure out how to survive parenthood. And so I needed to go parent, which I did. But it just hit me, that idea of surviving parenthood. And everybody who knows me personally knows once something hit me, it's like ding, ding, ding. I'm running with it like Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
So, and me thinking like, oh my gosh, surviving parenthood. I started thinking like, oh my gosh, all these different topics I could have about surviving parenthood. And my first phone call, no, I think it was a text message, was to JeLesa, because we had just like did like a live or something like a couple days before.
Yep.
And we did so good on our live together, y'all. It was so cute. Well, we was kind of cutting up. It was different type of live, but
definitely, yeah. We got some trouble.
We had some trouble after that. People was like, "Oh, do that again." But so we had so much fun, and her energy was really great. I even had comments, like people inboxed me later on after saying like, you need to have her on your show because she has a really good energy. Like, I feel like y'all fit together. Right. And so I said, you know what she do? So as soon as the surviving parenthood got in motion in my mind, you were the first person I called, because I was just like, oh, this is going to be hot. Like, this is going to be a really good show, a show that people need. And, you were just really good. And then you're a mom. So I want to give everybody the chance who don't know us. Today we're going live on our regular pages just to give you guys the introduction to the show and allow you guys the opportunity of knowing what we have growing and what we have going on. And I also want to give you guys the chance to get to know both of us. So hello to JeLesa's friends and family that's watching on her page.
Friends and family.
So I'm going to let JeLesa start because I run my mouth so much and everybody pretty much know just a bit about me. So I'm going to let JeLesa start with telling everybody a little bit about herself.
I am 29. I have two gorgeous little girls, a 10-year-old and a 5, more like 32-year-old.
Of course.
She's definitely my mother.
Right.
And I'm just growing and learning how to raise them with my village, of course, but growing and learning how to raise them. And it's an experience. It's definitely an experience, and I learn something new every day. And going through certain things, you start to realize, like, oh, now I understand what my parents were talking about.
Right.
I understand what
payback is real.
Tenfold. So I'm definitely, I'm excited for what's to come. Everything that we have in store for you guys. You're definitely going to love it. We hope you participate in a lot of the things that we have planned and come aboard and maybe teach us some things that we don't know. Because I don't know everything.
Right. So your comments, I don't know why we are blinking like this.
Yeah.
It is.
It ain't me, y'all.
It's not. Okay, here we go. I don't know. If y'all hear that little noise like, keep calm. The real mics are coming. So everything is a process, I promise you. But yeah, so I just saw, your pictures of you and your kids. And, I was like, oh my gosh, she's a mom too. So I was like, okay, we should definitely do this. And then I made a post on Facebook about dads because I didn't want to be selfish and make it like, oh, this is just about single moms and this is just for us. No, surviving parenthood, it comes from all angles. There are even grandparents who are parenting.
Parents,
godparents, yes, godparents, aunties. The village is real, which is why I also had a show called Rebuilding the Village. I've kind of taken a little pause for the calls from Rebuilding the Village, but the village is real and everybody is a parent. I just made a statement to somebody the other day about all the violence that's going on in Baltimore City and how it's so many young people that are committing the crimes that you see, and so many young people that are losing their lives and they're putting themselves, unfortunately, in bad situations, that's causing bad things to happen. And, I personally believe that as adults, I'm going to say that, as adults, we all have a responsibility to parent our children. Any child you see, it is our responsibility to parent. Now, in 2018, we got to be careful because as soon as you be like, little kids is pulling out blocks. So in 2018, don't go up to nobody's child. Don't say, oh, Aikira was boosting me to be a parent. Yo, 6 kids. kid and got into something. You know, we have to get back to that village that we were back in the day when the neighbor could say something about your child being out at the street lights. Wait a second, I don't know if Baltimore had that rule, but I'm from the South. And in the South, we had the street light rules.
I don't know if Baltimore had that rule, but Tina and Sammy had that rule. So
Tina and Sammy
had that
rule.
When the street lights came on.
Right. Street lights came on. We had to hustle. Like, soon as we seen that first blink, I don't know if y'all had to blink, but we had to blink like the lights was always
like they were getting ready to warm up.
Right. They was warming up to come on. We had to haul ass up the street. And, you know, if you wasn't, then that neighbor that knew you, that person down the street was saying, like, girl, y'all better get on in that house. You know, and it wasn't no snap back to the, oh, bitch, who you think you talking to type of situation.
Exactly.
You know, you listen and you got yourself to the house, because if you did snap back, as soon as your parent heard that, you was getting slapped. So,
but now it's not, it's more so they just say whatever comes to mind, and not. I don't understand. It's like these kids now. What did you say?
You're not my mama.
Mother.
You're not my mama.
I'm not your mother, but your mother's not here.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is tell you the correct thing to do.
Right.
And these kids.
Yeah, it's bad. So, you know, I believe that we all have a role to play in the craziness that's going on. There's a lot of broken families. There's a lot of broken children from broken families. And so, in essence, we have a lot going on, and there's a lot to fix. And I'm only one person, but this is my part in it. And I felt like, you know, it's something I could do. And this is to promote parenting, because there are a lot of parents who no longer feel like they can be parents. Yeah. There are parents who give up on parenting, you know, and I want to just say, so let me introduce myself to y'all. I know the ones that's on my page is probably like, girl, we know you. Keep calm. They don't. So, I am Aikira King, and I am the single mom to 9 biological children, and then I have a few adopted children. I think I've lost count of the number of them, but I know for sure that there are 3, and one of them is expecting, so I'll be having a grandbaby soon. But I also have a grandson, and I just got a whole lot of kids. I have a village within myself, within my own home. They say I have a football team. I think I passed the football team number. Yeah. I think it's a village now. So I've been married and divorced twice, and I've just had a lot of things go on in my life. I've experienced homelessness. I've experienced just a lot of things in relationships and with trying to parent my children. And God has blessed me to be 34 years old right now, and to be blessed to have my own home and be able to take care of my children. And my journey to where I am right now, all the things that has happened, I know has had a purpose. And one of the purposes is to be able to teach others what I've learned along my journey, and to be able to inspire others to continue to go on, because there's been many days and many nights that I was just like, okay, enough is enough. Where is the cliff? So that I can take a nice little leap, because I'm tired, you know, and enough is enough. And the same way God has blessed me to be able to be inspired by someone or something, or just Him, you know, I want to be able to do that for others who may be going through it. So surviving parenthood is all about that, to be able to share our stories, our testimonies, to be able to talk about the good things, celebrate parenting, as well as embrace other parents who are parenting. You know, this is just, it's all about parenting. I think I said that like 30 times.
I think it's because we're so excited that we've been talking about it. We have so much in store that it's like,
yes.
Come on, let's start it up. Let's get it ready.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
I really am. And you know, a few weeks ago we were supposed to premiere the show, and we had the date set and everything. And I know y'all was waiting. Y'all was waiting, right? So, but unfortunately, I got sick, and God was like, "No, sit back, relax, and take a couple weeks before you get it right." And so it's been a bit of a journey, even trying to get this show started. But I am determined. So, right, and I'm here, y'all. Y'all just don't even know how much that means to me, just that God bless me to still be here. And so even though we don't have our full team with us today, and even though, you know, we're still in the building stages, I thought it would be great for us to just still go ahead and talk to you guys about all that we have in store. So, yeah. Let's talk about the first thing that we want to work on with, which is
Mother's Day.
Yes.
So what we want you guys to do is send us, either you can do it via messenger, or we will provide you all with the email, letters about your moms. And we want to shout out a special mom. Give her a gift basket and a gift card just to let her know that, she's a blessing.
She's appreciated.
Yes, like
acknowledged.
Give your mother her flowers while she's here. So we want to be able to show that love and show that
gratitude.
They're appreciated.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Yeah. I think the best thing you could do for a person in this life is acknowledge them. Acknowledgement goes a long way. And, we don't do things, we don't always do things for acknowledgement. We don't always do things to be praised, especially moms. We as soon as we find out we're pregnant, immediately everything is done for that child. Even when we decide to not sip that wine, even though the doctor said we could, it's because we make sure.
I know I could. We said one glass, but how two?
Right. So, our mothering instincts are, set in place immediately. However, when somebody walks up to us and they say something like, hey, I see what you're doing. I have people say to me often, you are such a good mom. And I'm just like, at first I used to be like, how do you know? But that's because I air everything on Facebook. But another thing, it started making me feel like, wow, maybe I am, and I was in a relationship one time with a gentleman who used to say to me all the time, like, oh, you think you're a good mom? You're not a good mom. You think you're a good person? You're not a good person. That person that just wanted to break me down. Yeah, he was ugly. But mentally, inside, ugly, and so because he, again, like you just said, it was miserable. He made me feel that. And for the first time in my life, I really started believing, like, wow, maybe I really am a bad mom. Maybe I really am. So what I got from that, because y'all here, I told y'all we're going to be talking about testimonies and things that we went through and finding purpose within it. And so when that situation, what it taught me was the importance of being able to tell somebody, like, no, you're a good mom. Because the impact that it had on me, him telling me I was a bad mom, was really detrimental. Everything changed about me. Even my desire to work with other children. And I was a counselor and an advocate for other kids. So even my desire to work with other kids, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be working with nobody else's kids, because if I'm not really a good mother to my kids, then maybe I shouldn't, So that just taught me the importance of acknowledging mothers, period. And just saying those simple words like, you're a good mom, or you know what?
And people don't know how much somebody can say that, and it can change your whole day. People, it's true when they say people really don't know what you're going through. And the simplest thing, or you can bless someone in the simplest way. And if somebody walks up to you're a good mom, oh, well, thank you. Yeah, like it makes you feel good, and it's not often that you hear it. I mean, just being a parent, period. It's not often that you hear it. So when you hear it, it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
So I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. Exactly. I may not be perfect.
Exactly.
But I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. So the Mother's Day thing. So what we decided to do was acknowledge a parent every month. So every month we'll be acknowledging a parent and we'll be celebrating that parent. So you guys can write into the show. You can send your letters via email, and we'll definitely provide the email at the end of the show. But you can, Surviving Parenthood Talk Show at gmail.com. We'll write it in the comments because it's long. But it's the name of the show at gmail.com. You write your letter in, and you can even start on Father's Day letters as well, because every month we'll be doing this, where we will be celebrating that parent on the show, and we will actually be showing up and doing a live and like presenting them with some gifts, just to celebrate that parent. And don't get me wrong, every parent needs to be celebrated. But we are just 2 people right now. Well, we have 3 people, but we not a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And we trying to survive parenthood ourselves right now. So we're going to do our little part that we can. So we can only do 1 parent per month. So if you know a parent that deserve a mom, because we're starting with moms. Look, God intended to be this way, y'all, not us. So don't blame us. But He intended it to be this way for us to start with Mother's Day.
For mamas.
Right. So moms will be our first one, and we're going to present that award on Mother's Day weekend, that Sunday. So if you know a mom, and don't be trying to nominate yourself, girl, because we know that you know that you're good. You know what I'm saying? We know. But
I was going to write a letter about myself. Really?
See, that's why I had to say it. Because I said somebody could be like, let me write this about myself because I deserve this. Yes, we know that you do, but it is Mother's Day, so we need to have, a person that's acknowledging another mother or some mother, like, so.
Or a mother figure.
Or a mother figure, yes. It doesn't have to biologically be a mother. For those in the background. Yeah. It don't have to actually be your mother, you know what I'm saying, biologically, but if they are an active mother in your life, you know what I'm saying, you can still nominate them.
You cannot write in about Aikira. You cannot write in.
Ain't this some? Now she was just about to write a letter about herself, but now you can't write it about me. Right. Look, and if you get multiple emails on the same person, then that person is automatic.
It still can't be a host of the show.
I was really trying, y'all, but she just getting.
I'm not letting her be great today. I'm not.
I'm about to say, how you want to knock my greatness though?
I can't. All right, I'll write the letter.
Okay. So May the 13th, everybody, we will be presenting our first award to a mom that is fabulous.
Phenomenal.
Yes, all that good stuff. So if you know a mom, make sure you email us and a detailed letter. Don't email us and say, I know Sherry White is a good mom because she take care of her kids.
How? How?
Cite to all those people that was already writing that. Don't be bad. If that's all you can think of.
She take care of her kids and she cook and her cooking good. Like, no, we want to know why. Like, in depth, we want to know why this person.
God, please forgive us for this Sunday. So, but yeah, so we'll be doing some great things. And another thing that we'll be doing is if you know a single mom who has her own business, like a bakery business or some type of business, we'll definitely be acknowledging those mothers too, as well as single. There we go. Go ahead, girl. Say, let me pick her up before she get knocked off this show. Not talk about the dance, because you'll get the emails like, okay, so single fathers don't have.
So, they don't even have to be single. Maybe just parents.
Yes, parents, and that's why I said parenting to y'all, because I was really about to just make this about single parenting, right? At first, in the beginning, when I thought about, I was like just single, but then I said, you know what? Even as a parent, period, like, and even if you're married, even if you're in a relationship and you have that 2-parent household, it's still a struggle, which goes into the topic of the show that we have yet to get on, and that is. Because we so excited, y'all. But that is, parenting alone versus parenting with a second parent. The trials and tribulations that go into that. And so I'm gonna let you start this, right? Because I have my own little personal feelings about it, right? But I said, let me start with you. And you guys that are watching right now, you can comment. How do you feel about that topic? Tell me what you think about that topic. Is that something that you see people struggle with, parenting alone versus parenting with? Is it easier to parent with someone? How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I've done both, so I feel like it's 50-50. Like, you're gonna have struggles, because if you're raising a child or children with someone else, you have to deal with their beliefs. You have to deal with how they were raised, and just the different things that they have done or have not done. For me, a big thing was religion.
I was just about to ask you that. Dang, he was good.
Yes, like, for me, that was a big thing. So, with being married, he wasn't really into religion and things like that. I am. So that was a big. My kids wanted to go to church, but he didn't want to go. So it was one of those things where it was like, what do I do? Yeah. Because I want it to be, I want us to go as a family unit. Yeah. So that was a big issue. As far as, I felt like when I was raising, daughters alone, it was more like, I can do what I want. I don't have to worry about what anybody else says. It's hard when it comes to help, but as far as making decisions and things like that, I felt like it's a lot easier.
So with the religion, did you find yourself allowing yourself to have your children follow the religion of your spouse more than what you wanted to do? Or was it kind of 50-50 there too?
It was more what I said went. So
okay, with the dominating spirit over here, it was like what I said. Go.
When we first started, it was both of us going, both of us doing it. So once you get your kids into a set schedule of going to church, of wanting to be a part of church, I'm not about to take them out of that just because you didn't change your mind. That's not how it works.
So TMI, was he religious at all?
Not really, no.
Okay. So
his thing was, it was more so he started religion for me because he wanted to be with me. Versus, I can't help you get into heaven. Don't try to piggyback off me.
Okay. So, oh my gosh, we are so much alike. I was just joking the other day at how my exes have all taken their shahada is what it's called, but become Muslim to be with me, and I'm thinking like. No, it was just not a good thing. It's not good. I mean, because I feel like there has to be some type of medium. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then I also, now that I've been single for so dang long, I've had time to evaluate one thing, and that is that you have to be equally yoked. You know, and so understanding that I think when God decides to send me someone else, I'll be able to have a better relationship because I won't be going into now. I have a whole questionnaire like so it's not even though he's atheist, I'm going to bring him to the light because I always felt like I did need to bring people to the light, right? And it sounds like that's kind of what you did, you know, and like, let me save this person's life. I'm no longer trying to save anybody. I'm like, so we got to be equally yoked. Right. I think that's important.
And I think for me, that was the biggest issue. I am big on religion. I'm big on my faith.
Right.
So I need to make sure that my kids are being raised the way I feel comfortable. And even if you don't want to go to church, I need something.
Right.
I need you to give me something. It shouldn't just be me praying with my girls by ourselves.
How are your kids? How did your kids feel about that?
They would always ask, well, Daddy, why don't you go to church with us? Or Daddy, why don't you want to go to church? Or you don't pray with us? And it was just one of those things where, go sit down. You know,
did it deter them from wanting to go?
No.
Okay.
My mother just posted a video just now, my youngest singing in church. So they are like all for it.
Okay.
So no, it didn't deter them at all. They still loved it.
And so I'm curious to know, just on this topic, for those who are watching right now, have you ever been in that situation where you've been in a relationship or in a marriage with someone who was different than who had a different religion than what you had, and having that different religion, you know, did you find yourself having to split your kids? Because I was raised by a mother who was Christian and a father who was Muslim. And then once I got married, my mom became Muslim as well. So I had that line of whether I was going to go to church or go to, to the mosque. And I wanted to do both because I love both of my parents. And then when I turned 11, I decided to be Muslim because I was like, okay, wait, I will not be praising Jesus. At 11, I just felt like that was why. So I made the decision myself. But I was definitely pulled on who I don't want my mom not to love me. I don't want my dad not to love me. And so I think that that's something that children definitely struggle with when it comes to having parents who are of different religions, because they don't want to make either parent upset or make either parent feel some type of way because they aren't doing what that parent wants to do. You know what I mean? Because even when I became Muslim, I was still like, oh, Mom, but I still love you though, Mom. Right? Ma, you watching right now? I still love you. So I felt that comfortability because she allowed me to be comfortable with making my own decision. And I see some situations that aren't like that. Like I know parents who, become Muslim, well, women, I'm going to say this, right? Let's be real. Women who become Muslim for their husbands and they let go of all their faith because they want to be Muslim for their husband. And then their children have to follow that too. But now they're watching their mom be unhappy in a religion that they have to be because she said they is. So now you're creating a whole spiral and domino effect of confused, broken, broken children because I think the worst thing you could do is break a child's spirit, right?
Yes.
And their connection with God. And once you start confusing them, and once you start doing things not because you want to, because as kids they know like they know mommy is upset or mommy's sad or mommy really don't like this, then this is kind of making me feel some type of way, right? And now I not only feel some type of way because my mommy is sad, but my mommy is sad because now she's trying to be in this religion that she don't like. Okay, I don't like this religion either because it's making my mommy sad, so I think that as parents you guys have to definitely think of the effect that it will have on your children as well when you're making these decisions to become something other than what you have already had your children be accustomed to. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm just saying this is my suggestions, especially when it comes to religion, because I've seen firsthand. And for me, it even allowed me to raise my children in a fashion of, listen, you know God. I want you guys to know God, but my children don't know religion. So I think that's kind of like also a bad thing, because I want them to understand. I know religion has its purpose, and I want them to understand religion. But because of my hardships and craziness when it came to religion, it's like, oh no, my kids are just going know God. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day, as long as you're laying that foundation
right
for your children. Because at the end of the day, when they get older, they may change their mind. They may decide they want to practice another religion. They may decide they want to be atheist or whatever. But at least at the end of the day, you know that you laid that foundation.
Right.
So, and you can move forward from there.
Right. So parenting alone, it's hard, but that's the one thing that makes it just a little bit easier, because if you're parenting alone and you have your own beliefs, then you don't really have another influence on your child, somebody else in the house that's dividing that. So being equally yoked, if you are planning on getting married or being in a relationship with somebody and you already have children, and for those single parents out there, you already have children, you already have religion, you already have a structure in your household, it's important that you build a relationship with someone who is equally yoked to you, because if not, that's going to cause division in your household, and that's going to cause confusion within your child, and it's just a spiral and downfall. Like, it's just that's what's happening. So, if you don't do what I say, JeLesa, like,
I mean, but
I don't know if I should agree with her.
You need to figure out something, and you need to figure out if you're equally yoked
before
you start. Yeah. And I think for me, that was one of the things that I didn't figure out before I got married.
Right.
So now it's like figuring everything out all over again. I want a man that's going to pray with me. We're going to pray for bed. We're going to pray when we wake up. Pray for our children. Pray for our growth. Pray for our, our goals. I want us to be able to pray together, and I want us to be able to build together.
Right.
So that is, to me, that's something that's how you figure out if you're equally yoked.
Right.
I want a man that's going to pray for me just as hard as he prays for himself, if not harder.
And in a relationship, the male, he's supposed to be more dominating, but clearly you have two very dominating women sitting before you. However, so the man is supposed to be dominating. So for women who don't have religion, it's easier for them, or not even women who don't have religion, because I just told you about a situation where a woman had religion, was a whole 100% into her religion, and met a man and immediately changed her religion, and was like, okay, well, I'm going to be this for him. You know what I mean? But it's easy. It's not easy. It's just seeing that it's easy for somebody to change their religion for somebody else and not think, oh, what effect will this have on my baby? Right. Or what effect will this have on my household? Or what effect will it even have on me? Because what happens to you happens to your children. And that's something that I don't think people really understand as parents sometimes. What you go through, your children go through. It's not you just going through it alone. They're going to go through it with you. So it's important for you to, just be careful of those decisions that you make. So how would you say parenting alone is harder than parenting with? Even though you have those test, trials, and tribulations, would you say it's harder or easier?
I think financially it's harder.
Let me say absolutely financially, 1,000%. I know it has to be hard.
Yeah.
It was hard for me both ways.
To me, that's the only thing.
Right.
Financially, it's harder, but it's a lot easier. To me, it's a lot. It's like a weight. It's more stress free.
I was about to say, you know what, and that is probably because, again, you are not equally yoked with that person.
Exactly.
Because you see those couples that's just freaking happy as I don't know what. I be scrolling down timeline like, psych. I'm joking, y'all, but psych. I ain't hating y'all. I swear, I just be like, Lord, please let them stay happy. But you see those couples that are going to church together and they, out doing things together and they have this happy little family that's going on. Most of the time, or I'm going to say every time I've seen, it's been those families that are spiritually, connected and they have God in their life. You just said
that foundation.
Right, and that keeps them together and that keeps that situation happy. I mean, positive, even though they go through test trials and tribulations, I'm sure as well, it just provides a healthier exactly. relationship, mentally, spiritually, all of that. It gives a healthier relationship. So I know that if you're parenting with the right parent,
partner, with the right partner,
then it's a better situation as opposed to parenting with someone who you can't even have a conversation with.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
When you can't even have a conversation with a person and you don't like that person, then it's like, how are you going to parent together?
You'll never get along.
Never. You don't even like each other no more. Like, oh my God, I cannot. And you know what? Oh my God, this shit gave me revelation. That's probably why. Like, ding, 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 just for me. Because I kept saying, right, and y'all don't know, the JeLesa family don't know, but I tell everything. But I kept saying why I did not understand why my ex-husband, the second one, the second one, why he was such a good parent when we were together, as far as loving the children, being there for the children. Went a whole 100%. Like, this is their dad. He parented with me. Mm-hmm. To when we got our divorce. We got a divorce in 2009, and that was the last time he was a parent to these children. Don't want to see them. Don't acknowledge them. They're not his kids, and this is really his kids. You know what I'm saying? And I kept trying to figure out why. Because he don't like me. So he like, let me not, because I'm like, why in the world would you not want to? Like, we just want parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in my mind, you just we're parenting together. Like, I'm not angry, I'm not mad, I'm not spiteful, I'm not vindictive. Let's just parent, and there's no parenting going on. So I think that in those situations when you are really that angry with a person and you really don't like that person and you really can't stand that person, then maybe that's when the mediator needs to come in, to help you guys parent in that situation, because the children should never be the ones to suffer like that, to be able to lose out on a parent just because you don't like that other parent.
I think sometimes it's the other parent maybe trying to hurt the parent and not intentionally hurting the children, but trying to hurt. Sometimes you don't realize how much things that you do or things that you say or what you go through affects your children. And I think that's a big part of that as well. Yeah. So, yeah, you don't like me. You want to make me miserable. Yeah. So, but the kids are miserable. Yeah. And a lot of people know when it comes to parenting, if you hurt my child, like if you might not hurt me, like our relationship is over. And for me, that's how it was. Like the relationship is over. I'm fine. Like I was hurt during the relationship, but now it's over. I'm like, whew, thank you, God. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's go. I'm ready. You know what I mean? No tears. It's good. I'm good. And I guess that hurt that person. And in return, and trying to hurt back, it's like, it's no way you can hurt me. But then when my kids started hurting, it was like guns blazing. Let's fight. Hurts. Yes, like, that hurts. The worst. When your children and people hurt, know that the worst feeling. It is. It's the worst. So yeah, stop doing that. It's not cute, y'all. Those parents that are using, using their children to hurt that other parent. Like, come on now, cut that out. That's a low blow. And really, in the end, one of the things my ex-husband said to my daughter was, when you get older, you'll understand. And I would never understand that. Like, there's no understanding you not being a parent. Like, there's no understanding. And like, he walked to her door, knocked on the window of the car, like rolled the window down. And she's like, yes. He was like, I just wanted to say,
I know you're mad right now, or you probably feel some type of way, but when you get older, you'll understand.
And I would have been looking at you.
And walked away.
Like, what?
He didn't even give her an explanation or anything, and she hadn't seen him in like a year and hasn't seen him since. So, and that was like 2 years ago. So, like, what exactly?
What am I going to understand?
Is he waiting until she's grown to come back like some of those people do and say, okay, now you're grown, I want to have a relationship? No, like, that's not okay to do. Like, that's not okay.
Well, when you get older, you'll understand that I don't want a relationship with you. Like,
right.
What?
Right.
No,
it's crazy. So I'm gonna just say parenting alone for me is definitely hard. But one of the things I've understood, one of the reasons why I feel like God needed me to parent alone is so that I can really be able to teach my children and just have that one-on-one with my children because I had to grow myself. I became a parent at a very young age, and I had to grow myself and learn things that I probably wouldn't have learned if I didn't do it by myself. Because when I was in a relationship, I was about that person. You know, I was about my children too, but I used to be that type of woman that used to be like, oh, he is my air and I cannot breathe without him. You know, I swear to God, y'all used to say that all the time. And then God like snatched that out of me so that and like in the blink of an eye. So if anybody ever had that type of relationship where you were just super in love, you were just head over heels, he was everything to you, your morning, noon, and night, and all of a sudden it was snatched away, it's because clearly your focus wasn't where it needed to be, I believe. And so for me, you know, parenting by myself, as much as it's hard, I mean, Lord knows, even in this very day, I'm just like, God, why? This is a lot. But I understand that God needed me to really be able to go through all of those things, not just for myself, but for my children. And not just for my children, but even all of the things that I've done in my lifetime of being a single mom. I've been a mentor to young mothers. I've had Just Mommy and Me and created organizations for young mothers. And so if it wasn't for me experiencing the hardship of being a single parent myself, I wouldn't be able to teach anybody else about being a single parent. If I didn't have to be a single mother, how could I mentor somebody else on being a single mother or being a mother at all? You know, I just feel like I had to go through all that I went through in order to be who I am and to get to where I am today. And so I'm blessed. I'm grateful. And I'm going to use all of that to help others. But Lord, I'm ready now. You can go ahead and send them. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm here now. It's like I'm joking, y'all. But right. So those are the things that we have going on though, right? So the thing, and we're going to be doing some fundraiser events that we'll be announcing as the time goes on to raise money so that we can do things for children in the summertime and parents. We want to do some events and stuff where we include the kids and the parents, right?
We want to do the mother and son ball.
Yes.
The father and daughter ball.
Yes.
I think we were talking about back to school things.
Some back to school events that we'll be definitely having.
We definitely got some things cooking up.
Yes. I was even thinking about doing a family like baseball game or something like that. And I thought that would be, like kickball or something. You know, that'll be some fun stuff to do in the summertime.
I don't know about running, but you know, I'll get out there.
Girl, I'm about to do some working out because I used to love kickball and baseball. So, like, I'm about to really get athletic for y'all. And me and my kids, so we got a real good army over here. So you need to have conversations with your kids and your partner, like, listen, get ready, because we going at it, team for team.
All right, Tamaya, when you watch this video, you know you're my runner. So I'm gonna kick you, run for me.
Right. Y'all gotta get some team coordination going on. So we're gonna be doing some fun stuff this summer, and we're definitely looking for sponsors as well for the show. So if you would like to be a sponsor of Surviving Parenthood Talk Show, please inbox us or email us at survivingparenthoodtalkshow
at gmail.com.
We also have the pages. We will try to get Twitter literate because I'm not really Twitter literate yet.
I have never had a Twitter in my life, so I don't know.
Okay, so I have one that sucks, but I'm going to get better because I have been told over and over again that tweeting is a big thing. So we gotta tweet.
We're gonna learn how to tweet.
We are, because what better way to get across like funny stuff as well as serious stuff when it comes to surviving parenthood other than those tweets. So I'm looking forward to like a year from now, like seeing other people share our tweets at least. And I'm giving it a year from now because you know y'all gotta get used to us. You know,
I'm giving y'all 6 months from now. I'm not giving y'all a year. I'm giving y'all 6 months. So join the village. share these tweets, and everything else. Y'all already know y'all like us already. You can tell. So let's just come on.
Join. So you guys, we're gonna be making up little quotes and all of that stuff. We have I have a t-shirt line that's coming out for Surviving Parenthood. We're gonna be pushing a lot of stuff, and so we want you guys to be a part of it. We will also be doing live shows soon as well. In the live shows, you guys will be able to actually come and sit in the audience and have open discussions about surviving parenthood.
Like the whole Ricky Lake.
Girl, yes, just like it. It's just it's gonna be multiple hosts. It just won't be just Ricky. We're gonna do a little better than that. Even though ain't knocking Ricky though. But so, and if there are topics that are important to you that you would like us to discuss and have open discussion with on Surviving Parenthood Talk Show, you guys can just share that in the comments, inbox it to us. We have an actual page on Facebook, Surviving Parenthood Talk Show, which is tagged. I'm not sure if it's tagged in JeLesa's, but it's definitely tagged in mine. It's tagged in JeLesa's as well. So at the top, you can click on that link. And what we really need you guys to do is share that page and like the page. Share.
This isn't just for people in Baltimore. This is for New Orleans.
Everywhere.
For China.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I got an inbox one day. Well, I've had them a couple times now, but the first time I ever got an inbox was after my second show for Bianca's Playhouse, and it was from the UK. And it was like, I really, really like your show. Is it okay that I share? And I was like, sure. And then I looked at the thing and said UK. I was like, come on, somebody's playing with me. Am I being And then I started getting more and more, and I noticed that the person was sharing UK. I was too prompt. We need Surviving Parenthood in the UK. So y'all be sharing so they make it there. Text us everywhere, wherever you are. Please share the show and invite your friends to the show. So we have 100 likes on Surviving Parenthood right now. And we love all that 100 likes. Oh, it might be a little over. Yeah, it's like, it's one something. But we need next Sunday, when we premiere the show, we'll be actually premiering it from Surviving Parenthood Talk Show page. So we need y'all to be sharing that page, liking that page, tell your friends about that page.
Tell your auntie, sister, cousin, brother, mother. To share and like.
And we're going to be tagging y'all. So don't be mad. Don't be like, wait a second, why are you tagging? Because we need you to know about Surviving Parenthood Talk Show. So again, if you have a topic that you would like discussed on the show, please, by all means, just go ahead and inbox us or email it to us. If you'd like to be a guest on Surviving Parenthood Talk Show, if you'd like to be somebody sitting up here with us, have a conversation, let us know. We'll definitely bring you on the show as well. Also, please go to the YouTube. So Surviving Parenthood Talk Show already has an IG, which is Surviving the Parenthood Talk Show, and we have a YouTube. Everything. What I said, everything is Surviving Parenthood Talk Show. So please go on it. Quotes and things you can post on the page. And we're going to be doing also because we're a family-oriented show. We would love to see you and your babies. So we're going to be doing a post where you can share you and your babies' pictures. I know y'all just took Easter pictures. Don't act like you did.
So the cute little Easter outfit.
Right. So make sure you guys are sharing that as well. And we have introductions on the page as well so that you can get to see our babies and see us as well. So we just want to say thank you to everybody who took the time to press play today on this show. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
We truly appreciate you. And those who are watching us via YouTube, this YouTube that's on right now, where this particular show is on my Rebuilding the Village page. But the rest of our shows will definitely be on Surviving the Parenthood page. We just had to give 24 hours. Anyway. So you can go to Rebuilding the Village also and see some of the shows that we have. And last but not least, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yes. You want to say anything?
No, I'm just excited. I hope you guys come back and join us for everything that we have in store and we have planned, because we're excited. We're moms. We have a dad with us.
Yeah.
And we're super excited for you guys to come and be a part and learn a little bit about us, and we learn about you. And let's get this thing rocking and rolling.
Yes, and shout out to that dad that's gonna be here next week. I'm gonna let y'all be surprised on who it is. So I'm not telling you who he is just yet, but you guys will see next Sunday the gentleman that we have who will be coming and representing for the dads on Surviving Parenthood. And before we go, just please remember for Mother's Day, we are looking for a mom who you would like to be honored. So email us at Surviving Parenthood Talk Show, and we'll definitely be honoring that mom on May the 13th for Mother's Day. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
We build it. Okay, sorry, y'all. Too many shows. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Surviving Parenthood Talk Show.
We'll see you next week, and we are on here early this week. So next week we will be on here at 5 o'clock. So y'all can go ahead to church, shake a leg. You can go ahead outside. You can sleep in, start cooking dinner, pop you some popcorn, and press play on Surviving Parenthood Talk Show next week at 5 o'clock. Good night.